Good morning, all of you. I am Shirish Pandey. Today we are going to see one more subtopic of chapter conditional and looping construct. Yesterday we have seen the nested if else, and types of if else. Today we are going to see the concept of looping. Now looping. Loops statement allow us to execute a block of statement as long as the condition is true. That means what we are doing here, we are just repeating the set of block again and again till the condition is true. It's known as looping. Now what is loop? Iteration statements or loop statements allow us to execute a block of statement as long as the condition is true. That means particular condition is true till that time we are going to repeat one set of block again and again. There are two types of loop, counting loop and conditional loop. Example of counting loop is for loop and example of conditional loop is while loop. Let's see one by one. Now before starting the loop, one more important function is the range function. What is the use of range function? Range function return a sequence of number. That means it's always start by default the start number from 0 and the values are increased by 1. Suppose example range 6, that means range 6 is equivalent to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1 last number is not counted and by default starting point for range is 0. Second type of range function, we are assigning two values, start value and end values. Here start values is 0 and end values is 6. So values from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now third type of range function is what? Start value, stop value and step value. That means we are going to initialize start value from where it start like 0, end value is 10 and jump value is 2, increment value is 2. By default increment in a range function is 1, but we can assign according to our requirement, like from 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. 10 is not counted, so values are printing 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Few examples of range functions. Here you can see here range 10, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Range 1 to 11, that means 1 to 10 number will be printed. Third 0 to 30 and step value is 5, so 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25 will be printed. Now what is for loop? A for loop is used for iterating a sequence, a set of statements again and again according to given number. Like for VL in sequence can be anything, set of numbers, tuple, dictionary, set or range function. Here three example of for loop with range function. For I in range 5, that means 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as the number is become 5, you just exit from the loop. Second 3 to 6, 3, 4, 5 number will be printed. Last example 4 to 10 and step value is 2, so that means 4, 6, 8 will be printing. Now range functions, you can see here one program, example program we are doing here. You can see here sum is equal to 0 and for VL in range 1 to 6, that so numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and each time when value of VL is become 1, it is automatically added with sum, because the statement inside for loop sum is equal to sum plus VL and initial value of sum is 0. 0 plus 1, that is 1. Next time 1 plus 2, 3. Next time 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 3, like that it will repeat the statement. So it's add the sum of first 5 natural number. If we are using a string, that means for CH in school is a string. First character as C as O L, it will print. Few examples of here numbers, one list is there and list we are using with the help of for loop numbers and numbers, each numbers coming from list and we are just adding it. Second example is string, third example again 1 to 10 numbers. Now while loop. While loop statement in Python programming language repeatedly execute a set of statement again and again till the condition is true. We are not using here range function. That's why it's known as conditional looping. Here, first initialization is just above the while loop, inside the while, test condition, then body of while loop, and increment in a variable. There are four parts: initialization, from where we want to start while loop, like x is equal to 0, test conditions, till what time, till which time we want to repeat the loop. That's example, while x is less than 10, till values x is less than or equal to 10, loop will continue. Here, body of while loop, that means how many statement you want to put as a part of while loop. Last one, update expression, that means change in a variables values, like x is equal to x plus 1, each time x is increased by 1. Here you can see the right side, x is equal to 0, x less than 5, print x, and increment in x is 1. So x start from 0, and 0 to 4 it will print, because condition inside while loop is x is less than 5. One more example you can see here, we are adding the first natural number according to given choice. Sum is equal to 0, I start from 1, I is less than n. And what is n? It is a test condition, value of n is given by user. Till that time, what we are doing, we are just adding the number of I into the variable sum, and I is equal to I plus 1. So it's known as increment in variable. So you can see here, first part it is initialization, second is condition, third one update in a variable, increment in a variable. Now there are two important portions inside this looping portion, break and continue. Let's see one by one. Now let's see the example of break statement. In example number 1, you can see here, for VL in string inside double quote, first variable as tr. As soon as the VL value is become I, break will be executed. Break will exit you from the loop. So output will what? str only. Second example, for I in range 10, that means 0 to 9 will be executed. But what we are doing here, we are putting condition 7. If I is equal to 7, break will execute. That means you just exit from the loop when I is become 7. Third example, you can see here, C is equal to 0. That means C is equal to 0, and as soon as what we are doing, C is become 3, we are just putting break statement. So values 0, 1, 2. This is the concept of break statement. Let's see continue statement. Continue statement is used to skip the rest of code. It will not terminate the loop. It will just skip the particular set of code. How? Let's see example. For VL in string, as soon as I is encountered, continue. That means I will not print. We will continue. We will skip the code from I to n. Next example, 0 to 9. But what we are doing, I is equal to 7. Then continue. That means your loop will skip from 7 to 8, and 7 will not print. So this is the concept of continue statement. Hope you will understand all the things properly, and if you are having any kind of doubt, you can ask me, you can WhatsApp me anytime. So I think it's enough for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.